everyone, my name's Andrew. This is Canadian Starships. We are live. There is an Enterprise D behind me that has some masks on it that have to be weeded out tonight so that we can get to the painting of the Aztecs. Also, I need to deal with some alignment issues that have crept in as this thing has no grid lines to align the masks to. So I'm going to have to get that sorted out. But first of all, can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the comments that you can both see me and hear me. I do have some comments going up here so far. I've got Ken saying good evening, everyone. And then some people saying hi to Ken. We've got Trek Mods here. I've got Shark saying hello, Andrew, Ken, Jody, and all the fine gentlemen in here. And people saying hi. And Jordan's here saying hi. Yay, can finally make Andrew's stream. Saying what's up, guys. And then people saying hi to Jordan. And Shark says, we can see you, we can hear you. That is great. Now, I am expecting a producer in here sometime. He's not quite here yet, but we'll have to kind of stumble our way through it until he arrives. But we'll see what we can do. I do need to do work on that thing behind me today. So I've got my tea, Earl Grey, hot. And hopefully we're going to get to it right pretty soon here. So how's everybody doing this evening? What are you guys up to? What are you guys working on tonight? And you know what I'm working on, but what are you guys working on? Let me know in the comments section. And I am also chatting with Wayne from Motion Picture Miniatures just to kind of figure out how I deal with the alignment issues, because he had no problems. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up a picture here. He had no problems getting them to line up when he did them, when he test fit them on the kit that he had available to him, which you can see right here. They all fit if they're laid down properly. So clearly something happened when I was laying them down. So we'll have to get that figured out. But we shall see what we are going to be able to do about that. All right. Jordan says building the base for the Razor Crest. Jody says I'm trying to get paint on my Miranda Hornet. Trent's here saying hey guys. Shark saying hi Trent. All right, we've got a number of people here already, and yeah, we're gonna get working on that thing pretty soon. Yeah, alignment is a thing, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about that, but we will have to see. We will have to see. All right. Let's see, Devin's here. Hello, finally made it to a stream after so long. Well, welcome, Devin. Welcome to the stream. There was no stream last week simply because I was sick. And so I was getting a sore throat and I had to save my voice because I had to work the next day and I needed my voice in order to work. So, yeah. And let's see, Ken's here.
Hey there.
Not the producer I had lined up. I will definitely take the help. Thank you, Ken. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And,
I figured I'd jump in until Todd gets here.
I have a super sticker. I've never had a super sticker before from Dash. Welcome, Dash, to the live stream. And yeah, so we're gonna get some work done here. At least hoping so.
And Devin Smith's here.
Yeah, welcome, Devin. Sorry, that was my bad. I accidentally I went to clear a chat and I cleared the chat that you just activated. So I've got this thing over here on the bench, and there are some alignment things. So what I'm going to do, and you can kind of see the alignment. There's the phaser strip. So pay no attention to the phaser strip, but you can see where the back Aztek panels that are tied to the outboard panels don't match up with the inboard panels. So I'm going to have to deal with that. That's going to be something fun to try to deal with. And yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to pan the camera a little bit this way so that you can kind of see what I'm working on as I'm working on it over there. Because I'm going to put this up in the... That doesn't work right. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. And you're going to be able to see, hopefully, what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But before I get over to the bench, I'm going to just top up my teacup here.
Devin Smith says, you're masking the D, I'm masking the Katinga.
Oh, nice.
And
who's Aztec? I mean, sorry, Aztecs. Whose masking set are you using? Or are you doing your own?
And Howard says, exactly what happened to lose D that you're not going to do? Question mark.
What happened to lose D that you're not going to do? I'm going to need a little bit more context on that, Dash, because I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
Devin Smith says he's using the mask design. He says, absolutely wonderful.
Oh, good.
I'm wondering if Howard's referring to the other night on our stream there. We were talking about the misalignment with Lou's D and how it looks like something had broken.
On the neck?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if that's what he means. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what... I keep getting up to go back there, but I do need to check before I do. I need to check where... Because we're going to start weeding. And I need to check where the pattern, like where the dark blue versus the... Blair says, is it just me or is the audio messed? I don't know. Is there a problem with the audio?
It sounded great to me when I was watching on YouTube.
Let me pull up the stream and just see if I see anything. So I apologize if this doubles up. Oh, sorry, I just have to sit through a commercial before I can get to my stream.
And Jody says too much clamp and not enough cushion is what Jody believes happened to lose D. Devin says sounds good to me. 7. And Jody says it sounds good here.
Is it just my voice?
Everyone else seems to say it sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to just talk and then see how that sounds. And with the delay.
He's saying yes, your voice is what he's having issues with.
All right, is anybody else having trouble with the audio on my voice? And then we're going to pause.
Darth Trent says sounds fine to me. Could be a bit louder. And Blair says he'll get out and come back.
Okay, we will see. I'll just move that because it is a new microphone system. And sorry, I'm also just checking in with Wayne here while we go. And Todd is here. Todd just popped in. Hello, Todd. How are you doing?
Hi, Todd. How you doing, Andrew? Ken?
Hi, Todd.
Right. Give me one moment here.
Now that Todd's here, I'm going to back out and just enjoy the stream.
All right. Well, thanks for popping in.
You're welcome. Ken. You're welcome, Todd. You're welcome, Andrew.
Yeah, the time got away from me. I looked up and I'm like, oh, it's been 12 minutes.
Yeah. I keep getting up to go over to do the work, and I keep forgetting to pull up the reference pictures to see what gets weeded first.
Your layers?
So I was saying I've got some alignment issues I have to deal with on these masks, which is Wayne says that it's likely because because there's no grid lines on this at all, that it's likely that just a minor deviation multiplies throughout the whole thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So we'll have to figure out how to deal with this as we go, because I can't just pull them off and put them back on, because that would be a nightmare. Because each panel is multiple pieces, right?
Well, another thing I've learned too is that the material that you got seems very similar to the material that we got from 3D Mass Designs, right? It's like a vinyl. It's like a brown vinyl, almost like a real thin vinyl. And what I've noticed is that we had that for the Perfect Great Falcon, and it changes shape. It overflexes, or if it's a temperature thing, it'll shrink. And I don't know if that's maybe affecting what you're having too.
Yeah, sure.
Like if you have the Aztecs and you're doing multi-layering, they all need to be exactly the same size. You can pull off pieces of it at a time, right, and expose other pieces. And if it doesn't match up, you pull a piece out and you put the next piece next to it, and all of a sudden it doesn't line up.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking, so Wayne might come into the chat.
Oh, okay. How far did Ken get? Did he read a bunch of this? I just want to make sure you're all caught up with your chat.
So I caught that Blair was having an audio issue.
Oh, okay. You got Trent and Devin and Ricardo. Jordan's here. Ken was here. Obviously, he popped in. Dash is here. Devin says he's using Mass Design. Got that one. Yeah. The audio. Got that.
So Blair, is the audio better on your end now that you've relogged in? Let me know.
Jody says it's fine. Must be Blair. Dash says it's 5x5. Blair says good. Okay, so he popped out and came back in. Okay.
Yeah. But I just want to make sure that it's not on my end, that it's on something I need to fix.
Well, I have both StreamYard and YouTube, so I can hear you on YouTube as well.
Okay. Good to know.
I watch the outgoing and inbound streams just to make sure you don't lose YouTube for whatever reason.
Yeah. So Wayne's point, which is a really good point, is that because Helios didn't put the grid lines on the saucer, it makes it really hard to make sure that anything is lined up with anything.
Yeah.
So,
you have a way to do temporary grid lines? Do you have something to work on?
Well, the problem is if I put them down first, that doesn't necessarily line up with the mask set, right? So what I'm going to do, like the outside is pretty good. This side on the outside rim is pretty much perfect. That went super well. This one seems to wander over here outwards a little bit, but it's the inside section that's the issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up your pictures because I need the reference to know which one I start pulling for the dark blue versus the gray.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so I'm going to start weeding it. I'm going to start with the good side. I'm going to start weeding from the middle here around because I know this one is good. It went down really well. Then I'll start weeding the other side over here. And Wayne is thinking that we might be able to see where it's going off course once it gets weeded out. And then I might be able to lift up individual, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but I might be able to lift up individual pieces and just tweak their positioning.
Yeah.
And even if I can do that and then fill, if there's still some issues, fill some bridges between them with tape, then I'm okay with doing that. So
that's what I was going to say is like you may have to do little touch-ups here and there with manual masking is all.
But if I can get this here and some of this sectioning over here closer to where it's supposed to be, I'll have to do less of that.
Yeah.
But I know this side worked out nearly perfectly. So I'll go ahead and I'll start weeding basically from the middle here around into this piece, and we'll see how that goes from there.
Right.
And Wayne says he's getting too old for these late nights.
Yep, I was going to say, there he is.
Yeah.
Welcome, Wayne.
Welcome to the stream.
David James is here as well. He says, hey again, Andrew. Excited to see you finally at the painting and masking stage.
Yeah. I've got some paint down. I've got, well, actually, you can't see it because I've masked off underneath here, on top of here. But I do have Aztec paint on the model. I also have these things. I do have to touch up the other one, but the first one came out really well. I do have to touch the other one up, so I haven't removed the masking off of it.
And you're
yet.
doing 4-color, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Blair says he's booked his hotel. Is this for Wonderfest?
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
He's going to be at Wonderfest.
Well,
so
Blair, welcome to the stream, the suite as well.
Just a heads up, it will be, there's only 2 weeks. It will still be a work in progress at Wonderfest, but the goal is that all of the Aztec painting scheme is done, and we're going to be able to demo all of the lighting at Andy's booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do that on the repop, because they are making adjustments to the kit and then re-releasing it. So maybe I'll be able to get a kit for myself and then build it down the road where it's actually right. I've got to get the pictures before I get up and do the work.
Yeah, possibly even just the major grid lines, right? Would that help?
Yeah, like the ones coming out from.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be very helpful in locating all this stuff. Now they just did up decals, right? And they were expecting everybody to use the decals, but the decals were not good quality. So,
I wonder, I saw, was it you? Who did I see that was using like a cross laser? Like they had a laser to find the center point and where the cross.
Sounds like something Bill Krause would do.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was Lou or Phil. I saw somebody doing it that on this model too, I thought, where they had an overhead laser that made a cross, right? And then you could align it just right, the model, so you could find out where the exact front, the exact sides of the tips of the saucer would be, and maybe help align those. But
so I need to figure out what I'm
definitely Bill Krause uses that a lot. Yeah, I thought so too. And Blair says he doesn't care. She's beautiful, Jordy.
I'm looking at the top saucer and I'm working on the bottom saucer. That's not going to help me any.
Yeah. I apologize for that. It was very hard. That the model was on a stand that was only about 4 feet off the ground, so I basically had to get down on the floor and shoot upwards. And it's in shadow, so the bottom shots aren't the best.
So there are some bottom shots, which I'm assuming must be from your set of pictures, because I had to get a really good up close picture of the captain's yacht because I needed to figure out exactly what was going on there paint wise.
I don't know if it'll help any or not, but I have the Eagle Moss model of the shuttle, the actual Calypso, and it has the masking on it. So
well, I found some decent pictures, so I was able to I'm sure Wayne would know.
Well, Blair says there never is or has been a pleasure to meet a date. She's a work of art. She's done when she's done, and he can't wait to see her. I know this is his model, but man, I'm so excited to see this. Wonderfest is going to be good this year. And Wayne says desperately needs the diffractor grid lines for this kind of thing. The chance of Andrew getting the center line exactly right, it is slim to none.
Yeah.
And he had the original molds, right? And that at least had something, right? I mean, the 4-foot model had grid lines.
Okay, well, because Wayne made the 4-footer from the 4-footer molds.
Right, and the 6-footer didn't have them. So the 6-footer was smooth. I'm looking at mine too. Let me see what I have. If I have.
So Wayne, what I'm trying to do right now is figure out which piece of vinyl I pull first, so I get the pattern right.
But by the way, the pictures that I put up are not. Are they the full size? Can you see the dimensions on those pictures? I might have shrunk them when I put them up on
what I need is a good picture of the front of the bottom of the saucer.
front bottom. All right, give me 1 second. I'm looking through all my originals because I have the
right under 10 forward.
Okay.
So I can tell what panel I need to pull.
Oh, this is the bottom, but it doesn't include the rim. Hang on.
Yeah, Wayne says that the 6 foot had the scribe lines. They're just really subtle.
Oh, gotcha.
Generations refurb.
Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, I have underneath, but it doesn't go to the rim. Let me look at something. Those are my pictures in the Dropbox, right? 6 foot. Are those the full size pictures? Because there might be a little more detail.
So I've got. So let me just share my screen here. So I've got great shots of the top. Oh, I need to be on the right.
What size is that picture?
This let's see.
See
1.2 meg.
See, I did shrink them. I shrank them to when I put them up on the Dropbox to put the overlay where it says myenterprised.com. I have the originals.
See,
so
on the
full res, because the full res are 14, 15 megs each.
See, on the top here, like it's very clear what part I would pull, because I would pull this one and leave this one, and then that would let me know, okay,
yeah,
it's basically a checker pattern, right? So
let me hang on, I have the bottoms. Let me send you. I'm going to send you my full res picture because you might get more detail out of it than those pictures are shrunk. Let me find that nose picture. Where is it?
I had to
those pictures were downsized when I put them up on Dropbox because, well, I didn't want to share the full pictures with the world.
Yeah,
I will with you. So, well, actually, this is already in Dropbox. I'll just share this with you. Add people.
it actually looks, so if I'm looking, let me talk clearly.
Yeah.
Looks like I might be able to get it from this because there's a panel.
No, that's I'm going to send you the whole folder. The pictures you're using are downsized, so it's all these same pictures but at a much higher resolution, so you can get a little better because it's going to soften when you went to JPEG too. These are all the big ones. What's your email, Jimmy? Do you have an email to send it to?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, I'll just share this. I have the raws already up on Dropbox, so make it easy. We did that one.
Cool.
Jody says, which model was exploded in generations, the 4 foot or the 6 foot?
Which one was exploded?
Exploded. If you mean the does he mean when it blew up the engineering section?
Yeah, they would have blown up
I'm sure it was a pyromod. It was a very low detail, they probably just made a pyromold. And Andrew says, or Wayne says, what are you looking for, Andrew? I think we're looking at the order of highlighting.
Yeah, I know. I need to know. Let me just, sorry, I just sent you my email on Discord. Okay, so I'm on the right thing. I need to know what piece of vinyl I pull first.
Yeah.
So it's the dark, it's the blue base coat. And I need to do the first, the light grayish blue secondary color, and I need to know what I pull first. So, for example,
so you need the biggest sections to be pulled and leave the smaller sections still attached, right, or vice versa?
Yeah, I need to know. So, like, there's the first big Aztek on piece. So one will be left on and one will be pulled off. I need to know if I pull the port side or the starboard side first.
Go ahead and check your email, and I think the picture you're looking for is number 123.
123.
At least that's the best I could get at the front underside of the saucer. And of these pictures, the ones I've just sent you, you'll be able to zoom in on them a lot. So hopefully this will help.
One moment, please. Please stand by while we complete your long distance call. To avoid this message, please dial 1.
Yeah, when I branded them to put them up on Dropbox and share them, I shrunk them down as well. So these are the raws. These are the original photos.
Just logging into my email.
Yes.
All right. Do I click add to Dropbox?
Yeah, that way. I think I don't know if you want to add Dropbox or can you just view them? Because if you add it to Dropbox, I think it tries to add it to your Dropbox, and if you don't have the same amount of storage I do, it bunks it up somehow. That's the Dropbox thing. Try it.
It's only giving me the option add to Dropbox.
Okay, well, let's see if it works. Hopefully it just pops up as a folder.
But then it's wanting me to sign in, but I'm already signed into my Dropbox.
I mean, I can just send you the picture too. So.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Because it's being a little, because I've already got Dropbox, like I have Dropbox always open, right? I've got it integrated in my
I'm just gonna send you a link right to that picture.
Okay. So the large Aztec man needs to stay put on the left side of the center grid line. Remove from the right side of the center grid line, is if that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. Now I'm just going to do a digital zoom here. Well, no, I'm not going to do that.
And you can see the man shape that I think he's talking about in this picture. At least the shoulders, the arms, and the head.
Yeah, let me grab my secondary camera here, and so I can go right up close to it and make sure that I'm pulling the right mask here.
And that link I sent you should have that picture.
All right, so let me just grab Video Ninja here.
I'm gonna look to see if I have another one that might help too. Oh, wow, look at this.
Whoa, Blair.
Blair. He says, thank you for your epic hard work, $100 Canadian.
Well, thank you, Blair.
Thank you so much, Blair, for supporting his channel.
Well, Blair already supports the channel by
the model itself. Right.
One moment. I'm just connecting my phone wirelessly here. All right. Let's do this thing. So can you see? So I'm assuming this and this are the patterns Wayne is talking about. And so
yeah, it looks like a man. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one do I need to pull? Which one did he say?
Well, the one I can see in the picture I sent you, the one on the right side.
What did Wayne say I need to pull?
He said the large Aztec man needs to stay put on the left side. Remember, you're upside down, and removed from the right side.
So, Wayne, are you talking? So, if I'm looking at it this way, are the sides still correct? And
Yes.
I can't see the chat from there, so
Yes.
You'll need to let me know what he says.
Yeah, I'll let you know what he says, but that should be left and right because you're looking at it upside down. He says, "Yep, pull the right side, man."
So I'm going to pull this one right here that I just marked.
We'll wait for him to answer, but I think you're correct. Ken says port or starboard. That's probably a better reference, but you're still upside down, so you got to remember.
Well, the one I marked is the port. Sorry, is the starboard. I mean,
it's starboard. Yes, you are correct. And he says, "Yep." There's your
okay.
company.
Yay! I knew he would know. All right.
And I think that makes sense. Looking at the picture, that man is definitely a different color than the hull. So
Yeah. Okay.
he says starboard, yes. Matter of fact, what am I doing? I can share this. I can share this picture myself. I can show you right now.
You could.
Present. Share screen. Where is it? Window.
So the left side man, quote unquote, stays there. So everything around it needs to get pulled. So
there you can see. Now remember, this is you're looking at the bottom of the ship. So your right side is here. This man. It is definitely a different color than the hull. So
hold on, grabbing my glasses because I put them down in order to see close up. Let's see.
So you can see here, this is definitely a lighter color. So
yeah. So yeah, the one next to it is the one that has to stay, and that's the
this one stays.
That has to stay. Yep.
Yep. And this one's definitely a different color, right?
Perfect.
So this is your right side of center. Yep.
So what I'm doing, Wayne, is I'm only pulling the one side that lined up really well to start with. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, so this will be, it will be at Wonderfest, but it will still be a work in progress. The goal is just to let people see the model in whatever stage it happens to be in, and to show off Andy's lighting system. And I shouldn't have any issues with pulling off any of the windows. They should be fine. All right. First mask has been pulled. Yay. I'm just looking for a decent place to stash the cutoffs. I'll just attach them to the desk over there. There we go. So one is off. Only a few more to go, right? Still there, Todd?
Yep. I'm just reading. So Ken says that would be starboard. Yes. Dash says, does the NX-01 and the B have Aztecing? I believe the B does. I don't know about the NX-01.
Oh, the B has some pretty intricate work.
Yeah. Blair says you can't rush perfection. And David James says one mask pulled, only 50,000 more to go.
Yeah, exactly right.
Do you have a dental pick? That's what I use for that. It works really well.
I do.
Like if you have a curved dental pick or something like that, it's so good for weeding.
I find I can get the with the chisel blade, I can get the edge without actually touching the paint.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So, 'tis why I'm using this. And then it makes a liar out of me. There we go. Chat must be quiet right now.
It is quiet, but you're doing a great job. I just want to thank Blair for that super chat. That was epic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Thank you so much. I wonder if they had a plan when they were taping this off and doing that, on the ship itself, right, on the model. Did they have a design plan, or were they just slapping stuff on,
Who knows?
Yeah. Ken says he's turning blue from holding his breath. Well, it could be a while. Take a breath in there, man.
Holding his breath.
Yeah. Dash says don't breathe or sneeze. It'll be ruined. You can always fix it.
This is the easy part.
Yeah. Wayne says, who's coming to Wonderfest? Well, let's see. I'll be there. Blair said he's going to be there. Dash and Ken, I didn't think said they were going to be there. Jordan, Lining the Stars will be there. Jody's still trying to figure out if he's coming from Trek Mods. Oh, see, Jordan says I'll be there. A bunch of HTM people, Buck, Ian, Donnie, Andrew. I did rent a car, Andrew.
You did?
Yeah. So we can go off on adventures.
Do you know what kind of car you're getting? Or will it be a surprise?
It's just a full size.
So what was that?
Just a full size rental. You know, like a Malibu or something stupid. I'm going to try to get something nice, but we'll see. Jody says he will be there.
Wait, did you just say Jody said he's going to be there?
Yeah, Trek Mods.
Congratulations.
He was, he posted a
Breaking
picture of
news.
his Canadian passport and he goes, I guess I have one of these now. That's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Blair says, Andrew, I'd like to make you an offer. If you only have the room, I'd like to give you the quarter section I have of the Enterprise as a thank you. And if your wife approves. Wow.
That's a great offer, Blair, but I don't have space for it.
Is it full size or is it a model?
No, it's the from is it 2009 or beyond or one of those?
You're not talking about like a full size set piece, are you?
Yeah, full size set piece.
Oh, you have to take that home.
I don't have anywhere to put it.
Strap it to the top of the Tesla.
No, I mean here at the house. I don't.
Don't make room. You kidding? Wow.
If he's talking about what I think he's talking about, I'm pretty sure I don't have space. As cool as that would be.
Wow. Devin says that Hagen will. He will be there. Wayne is definitely going to be there. Looking forward to that. I have so many questions.
Yeah, we can't get Wayne. It's too bad we can't get John to come. Be cool to get John over here from Captain's Dry Dock.
Oh yeah. Dash says he's there in spirit and paying for guys to get there, which we totally appreciate. He has supported a lot of people to help them get to Wonderfest. It's great. Buck isn't sure based on his wife health. Oh, I hope Buck can make it. Jordan says you should build your models in the middle of it. I agree. We should take that table. We're going to cut the table you're on right now into the shape of the pool table. That's the only way to work.
The table is this one's a workbench.
Well, take a saw to it, cut it in the shape of the pool table, put some L cars on it. Let's go. Ken says use it as a backdrop. Exactly. Blair says it's a set piece from Beyond. Wow, that's crazy. Jody thanks his wife for making it happen. I think that's great. Is your wife coming, Jody? He says, Blair says it's yours. Wow, that's fantastic.
I don't know how we would get it here.
You go. What you do is you go to the UPS store and say, "Get this to my house," and let them deal with it. The UPS people will be at Wonderfest. So, Jordan says, really looking forward to meeting all of you guys, and that Howard has basically paid his way to Wonderfest. Yeah, we got Jordan airline tickets. He no longer has to drive 75 days back and forth.
We've got photos, or at least I think so, based on what my watch just said.
Oh.
One moment, please. Please stand by while we complete your long distance call.
Yep.
So these are the corridors he is referring to.
Oh my God. You're kidding me. That's fantastic.
Oh, not these ones. Sorry, that's when he was at the bridge set, and I think that's kind of the sectioning he's talking about. There's an actual piece.
Oh my God! How can you not? You have to find a place for it.
And wow. I think he said that the well, yeah, you're coming to pick up the ship. we hadn't planned how that was working out yet. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. All right, let me catch up on some more of your chat. Wayne says he's bringing a raw cast of the 4-foot keel plate with me if anyone wants to see it. I absolutely want to see it. And I'm sure others would too.
Well, Wayne brought with him a copy of the nacelle from the 4-foot last year.
That's fantastic.
Did you happen to see it when he brought it last year?
I did not. Where was it? I don't remember seeing that.
He had it.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that. Oh no, I definitely have to see that. That should be that should be the centerpiece at the table in the suite. Just keep it on the table. Everybody can eat around it and stare at it.
Dash is doing Dash things.
Yeah, I see that. I'm working on it. I was getting down to it. He says, Ken says he's working on his occupational therapist leaving his house, hopefully next year. I hope you do, man. Jody said his wife is coming. Blair said, I would bring Tovu. Devin said I'd go if I didn't have to drive 34 hours. Hang on, and I'll put the Dash back up. Jordan was going to do it. He was going to drive from Seattle all the way to Louisville. Crazy. Yes, and then Dash, $349 US, says for some luck to make it to Wonderfest. Yep, I will be there in spirit. I think there's quite a few of us that are going to do streams and shorts and stuff from there. So hopefully we'll have some pretty decent coverage.
Yeah, I'm taking my production assistant again, so I can get content produced, but not be tied to the computer editing while I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah, and without having your own booth, at least you'll have the freedom to walk around.
Yep.
Ricardo says, I will be there in spirit too, sending you all good vibes and anxiously waiting for next year. Yeah.
Well, I should have a dealer room. Well, I should have dealer room videos out pretty much right away as soon as we're able to get in to look at them in the morning. And I should have contest room videos out pretty much right away as soon as we're able to get in and look at them. You can get into the dealer room earlier than you can get into the contest room because it takes a while for them to get everybody in. But I think they're opening up registering for the contest room on Friday this year.
Yeah, you're going to be able to go actually put your stuff in on Friday instead of everybody lining up on Saturday. So,
but there still will be people lining up on Saturday to get in.
Oh, I'm sure, because people are going to come in Friday night or something, I'm sure. But at least they are opening up the model room at Friday. So at least people can get started instead of. Blair says, I'm coming anyways to pick up my ship at some point. I think he means when he comes to you to get his ship, he can maybe bring.
Yeah.
I think that's what he means there. Jody says, I wouldn't make without her. I get lost around here and I've lived here all my life. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you both. Blair says it has all LED lighting from the studio and it's yours.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And he says, I meant I will drive it to you. Oh, well, now you have to find a place.
I'll have to reorganize the shop and make it part of the set.
For sure. And keep it lit. Oh,
have the set as part of the set.
Yeah. Wow.
Or figure out something. I'll have to figure something out.
That's a one in a lifetime opportunity, buddy. David James says, hope I can go someday, but I'm in are you saying California or Canada? So it'll be quite an epic drive, and I'd be too nervous bringing any models on a plane. Yeah, I was talking to Jordan about this because he wants to bring 2 or 3 models with him. And one of the reasons he was driving and one of the reasons he was thinking about doing the train/drive was just to make sure the models were more secure. But I think, putting them in, he clarified California, is, if you buy an extra piece of luggage, you pay for another luggage bag but you put it in a freight box and you really pack your stuff nice. It's not like it's going to get thrown around a whole lot. But if you pack stuff really nice, I would hope it would make it, but I get what you're coming from is taking one on a plane, unless you're going to hold it in your lap, which they probably wouldn't let you do.
Depends on the airline, depends on the airport and the handling crews. And
Yeah.
so like I'm seeing that there are ones I will have to like slightly reposition. For example,
Well, I'm looking at this picture too.
right
Is
here.
the man, as Wayne likes to call it, is not the same from panel to panel.
Well, because there's the multiple colors on top, and so it can be challenging to see.
Yeah.
Because it's multiple colors on top.
Yeah, if I pull this one back up here, and I can even here, I'll make this full screen just real quick, as you can see, you know, like this is that centerpiece just off center of the just starboard of the center. You see that the man here, and then if you look at this one, you can see he's got arms or hands.
I'll be able to look at it in just a moment here.
Sure. Jordan says,
pulling the man off.
Jordan says, I'm only worried about one of 3 models, the Razor Crests. That one is going into my carry-on. Star Destroyer and the Perfect Grade are both pretty sturdy. Yeah.
So what was it you were referring
to? Is like, see this man, right? Just this is the center, just off of right of center. This man doesn't have hands, but this one does. There's these 90-degree bends here that go up, and this one doesn't. Now you can see the background gray is there.
Yeah,
both,
so
but they are a little different.
Because that's because the multiple color tones are different all the way around, right?
Yeah, it's quite a bit different. Where's my mouse? I'll click you back. There you go. Yeah, I wonder if that would work, Ken. See, maybe you tell the flight crew it's his emotional support enterprise.
Something like that. It's nice to actually see a pattern coming to life here.
No kidding. I remember watching Phil and Lou do this, and when the pattern started coming out, I'm like, oh, it almost looks like the Enterprise now instead of this one solid color of masking or paint, you know?
Yeah. Now, if Wayne is still here, how badly will it mess up the color tone patterns masks if they're not quite aligned properly? Will I have issues, or will I have to do kind of like one at a time, get it lined up, spray it, and then move on to the next? How is that going to work for me?
I don't know. We'll see what he says about that. He says the D has the most difficult Aztek pattern, particularly the 4-tone generations version. None of it is repeated exactly. Every segment of every panel is unique shape and can't be copy pasted. That was my concern. Yeah, when I was looking at it closer in that picture, I'm like, man, everyone is different. It's like they didn't use a mask themselves. They were just out there just taping pieces up, and oh, this is going to be a new color. This is going to be a new color without any rhyme or reason. Jody says all my models are small, so I should be able to bring a few. Won't be too much trouble to pack. Oh, nice. I'm half tempted to bring my Millennium Falcon. It came out. I'm so happy with it. It came out so nice. Stephen Haynes just joined us. Hello, Stephen. Welcome.
Welcome to the stream.
Very early morning, so either good late night or early morning for him. Glad to be here. Let's see. Ken says, Jordan, I wonder if it would be worth it leaving the landing gear indoors and the Razor Crest removable for transport. Yeah, that's, Jordan was having an issue because the photo etch for his Razor Crest landing gear was very delicate and fragile. Probably it wouldn't even support the weight of the model. And so we were talking about like maybe just use it as detail pieces on the plastic model parts. But I like that idea of leaving the stuff removable.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan says I should bring the Millennium Falcon. I mean, I didn't glue the guns on it. I didn't glue the radar dish, the antenna on. So I guess I could kind of pack it. Everybody's saying hi to Stephen. Excellent. Wayne says it depends on how far the error has gone out. You'll probably have to do some fudging, in all honesty. No way to know until you see what you have in the main pattern.
Well, and that seems to be the way it is with doing Aztec on any of these things.
Yeah.
You kind of have to make some of it up as you go.
Well, I mean, based on what I'm seeing in these pictures, that's what they did. So it's kind of like you can get it very close, but even these Aztecs could be off by a little bit, and then you got to do some.
I wouldn't want to do the base Aztecs without a mask.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Just because you're getting down to the bottom of the screen, I'm going to not put things on the screen so people can watch, but I will read them.
Here, I've got a solution for that.
I just didn't want, since you're getting down, I didn't want the chats to go over what you're working on.
Mm-hmm. One moment, please. If I do this,
that's a little better. Yeah. What'd you do? Rotate it? It's very odd.
Oh, it'll. Nope.
Oh.
There we go.
Well, now it's backwards.
No, it's not backwards.
And it's still at the bottom of the screen. Don't worry about it. We can just, for a little while, I don't have to put them on the screen. You should not be doing this. You should be unmasking, okay? It's ASMR Andrew.
Here, let me reset this stuff. And
it'll be okay. Jordan says he's responding to Ken, saying that's on my mind. It's likely the plan. Yeah, I would make it as transportable as possible. Jody says he's going to bring the Excelsior refit, his NX refit, and the Miranda Hornet if he finishes it. Excellent. Oh, there you go. That works. That works. Devin says I just removed the masks from his Katinga, and he's going to have to redo one of the colors. I feel like that, Ken says magnets are always the best option. Yeah, if you can. Magnets are great. It's a good idea. And we're gonna let's see. Wayne says ILM taped off the pattern using standard masking tape when they refurb the 6-footer. 3 people on it, 6 weeks masking per color. Ooh, I can imagine. But I just don't see, with a model that big, that they would be down to like counting millimeters on some grand design of what it would overall, yes, but not like saying, okay, well, this original drawing of what the masking should look like is, I'm going to copy it exactly perfectly. They're usually in such a rush or.
No, they probably had a design language that they were given, and they just followed that design language, not necessarily designed to the like pinpoint, right?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I wonder if they, at some level, they have to be thinking, how much of this is even going to be seen on camera, right? There's some level of this doesn't have to be to the millimeter perfect, especially on such a big model, but it has to be millimeter perfect if it gets the idea across, right? Is it camera ready versus is it perfect for high resolution photography, kind of.
And that's definitely the attitude they had towards the TV show.
Sure. The TV show is even worse. I mean, I understand why they had to repaint the 6-footers because now you're shooting movies. It's not on a tiny little, 30-inch screen at the time.
Well, and plus, like on the show as well, they filmed for 4x3, right? And even though they were filming on film, oh, hello. So they were filming on film, but they were filming for 4x3, so they couldn't just take the film when they did the remaster and upscale it to 16:9 because they had C-stands and lights and everything that were in the frame on the film, but just not in frame of what would show up on TV.
Right. Yeah, they used Panavision and they had the cameras, but you're right. They had to crop it for television. Wayne says he's going to tap out soon. It's 3 a.m. here. Jody says, did the 6-footer originally have no pattern? It did, but it was very basic. Ken saying goodbye. Oh, yeah. Wayne says the 6-foot had a 2-tone pattern for TNG. There are pictures of that, and it is incredibly basic, but it was completely redone for Generations. I've even seen it on TV. Yeah. And Blair says, Andrew, you tell them.
I tell them. Blair is ordering a 350 B.
Oh, fantastic! The big one, that
Yeah,
really
but
big one.
Blair, if just so that you're clear, there is a 350B or a 350 Excelsior, and the 350 Excelsior also comes as the NX or the NCC. So I've got special arrangements with Helios where I can get any of their kits at any time, even if they're not on like on a production run per se. They'll do individual one-offs for me.
Yeah. You know what I just noticed, and I think it's great, Andrew, is that there's another big D saucer just behind you. You're working on one. There's another one behind you. In your face cam. Oh, that's the same one? Never mind.
Yeah, but there is one just like to my right.
Yes, never mind me.
The other one is right here. Whew. I've got lighting being worked on for the second one right now, which is what I'll be doing, working on while paint on this one dries.
Blair says we'll sort that out because it's a done deal.
Yeah. We will figure out the details.
Let's see. Wayne says when they painted the model when it was first built, they laid sheets of clear frisket film onto the surface, drew the pattern on the frisket, and cut them out by hand.
Well, on the original paint job for the show, on the pylons, they worked the word ugly into it. Into the Aztek paneling.
Oh, yeah.
On the
I like to call the poop deck. The flat part between the pylons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got removed when they repainted it for Generations, for sure.
Yeah.
But I did remember hearing about that. Jody says Excelsior is nicer than the B. I don't like the Kirk ejection modules they added to the hull, and too many impulse engines. But I guess Blair just says make it happen.
We will make it happen.
So does this masking that you have now, is this just the large sections, or does it also have the smaller cutout sections part of it?
It has the all colors sections, but those are on separate sheets.
Oh, okay. I thought they were part of this. So he has them, and he has each color in its own mask.
Yeah, but Wayne's organized them so the sheets look the same. So it makes it makes sense when you're looking for it because it's very familiar when you're looking for them. So there's this set which is the base colors. Then there's another set that is for the accent blue, and then there's another one that's for the accent kind of like gray color.
Yeah. Wayne says, yeah, Bill George hated the D, but he grew to like it eventually. You know what? I don't know if it's because I grew up on TNG, but the D is my favorite. I know a lot of people say it's the cruise ship, you know, 1 million windows. It's enormous. It's fat. I don't know. Maybe it's
fat one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the fat one.
All right, Wayne's got to go. Everybody said bye to Wayne. He says, I got to go. Sorry, it was short and sweet. I'll catch up the rest tomorrow and see how you got on, Andrew. Take care all. See you in a couple weeks. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, have a good night, Wayne. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know where I had to start on this.
Yeah, that was awesome. Jody says, everyone hates the D at first and they grow to love it. Aw.
I didn't hate it at first.
I didn't hate it at first either.
Although technically the D was my first Starship, so...
Jordan says they added the flare to the hull of the B to protect the main model from the Kirk death scene. It was meant to be removable, only got stuck on there, and we got the Lakota in DS9.
Yeah.
Blair says, amen, the D is my queen. I agree.
It was nice when they started, though, making new models for TNG, because we just got Excelsiors and Mirandas and Miranda variants
Yeah.
For the whole first part of the show. Oh, and Oberths. Helios also has an Enterprise C in studio scale
Very cool.
coming out.
Jordan says the same. D is his favorite, and E is a very close second. I like the D is my favorite. I would have to say that the A or the refit would be my second. It's very classy lines, and it's not. I was never a fan of the TOS one, but the lines of the refit or A were really classy. I don't know.
So this might be an unpopular opinion, but my favorite Starship design up to now is the Akira class.
Oh, nice. Devin says, actually, someone discovered new images that show the secondary of the hull of the B is completely rebuilt. Stephen Martin is here. He says, good evening, crew.
Good evening.
And Andrew says, same here. I didn't see original Trek until I was a teenager, and we finally got cable TV where I live, so the D was his first.
So I can't remember which I saw first. If I saw TNG first, or if I saw the original series first. But I think it was TNG, because I remember walking out to our family room in our pre-fire house, and my dad was watching The Next Generation as it was first airing, and it was Where No One's Gone Before, where Zelensky comes in and the Traveler's there, and all these weird things are happening. So the point I came out is when Picard is walking through and all these things are happening. There's the crew members with fire. He meets his mama. The O'Brien's like, or it might not be O'Brien, but somebody's playing like Bach on the four, like with the four strings and all that. And I just thought, this is a really weird TV show. And I didn't watch any more of it.
Blair asks, is there a bigger version of the A than 1350 anywhere?
There is, but I'm not sure that it's available anymore. And the larger size could definitely do with somebody redoing. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Okay.
Oh, it
While
is
you're doing that, David James says, I never cared for the B before, but seeing the YouTube video of the filming model all lit up again, it changed my mind. Alec stuck at work with his legs screaming in pain. Hi, Alec. Blair says, just the one that Mr. Trek is doing, which is 135th. That thing's enormous.
What is it called?
Dash says, I'd just like to see the NX-01 or the B show up after it's been January when I drop my money off. Yeah. Joe Packer is here. Says only 2 weeks until Wonderfest. Will the D be ready? Question mark.
It will for sure be a work in progress.
Do you think you'll have all the paint done and you'll just need like Azteking, or what are you thinking?
So I'm hoping that all of the paint will be done. It probably won't have decals on.
Yeah.
But Aztec paint for sure. So the North Star Enterprise A. It is. Let's see if there's a scale listed. Actually, I can. One moment, please. So it is from DeBoer Hulls, and I don't know how out of date their website is. I doubt it's available anymore. And I don't see a scale listed. or a size of it listed either. But there's a ruler. And it's bigger than the 350. I don't remember how big it is. But they also had that as well. And I think it was the same scale. So this one is measuring around 36 inches long, the Reliant. So whatever that works out to. Was there a length on 46 inches long for this one? But that
the North Star Giant Enterprise, created by Starship Modeler, is approximately 1/261 scale.
Okay, there you go.
46 1 inches in length.
Yeah. So that is the largest one I know that's been made. But again, I don't know if that's even available anymore.
Jody says, oh, they're talking about the just Trek Mods is 1/25th scale. Steve Martin says, excited about my second Wonderfest. Hey, well, there's a bunch of us going to be there. Thinking about bringing a few models just to participate, likely too many imperfections. You know what? It's about just doing it. You'd be surprised. Yep, there's a line missing. See that too, Howard. George even says there's a line missing and pretty much 4 feet. Yeah, pretty much. 46 inches, pretty much 4 foot. Because how big was the studio model? Wasn't it? Because the TOS was like 11 feet. How big was the studio model?
I don't know. I just know that it's at like Jeff Bezos has it, and it's at one of their Blue Origin's headquarters in their lobby.
The studio model of the USS Enterprise refit in the original Star Trek series was built on multiple sides. The original studio model for filming was a massive 11 feet, and later an 8-foot model was created but sold at auction.
Oh, maybe it's the 8-foot that he has then.
Blair says, here's a long shot, but would you be up for a 6-foot D?
I would. I would do a 6-foot D.
That'd be insane.
I'd have to convince Daniel to make one for me, and it would not be inexpensive to get that kit.
What we should do is get hold of the Paul Allen Foundation and see if you can go get molds off the original.
In that case, I might have to farm that, get somebody experienced at doing that to do that.
Yeah.
I would not want to damage.
No. Maybe like a high resolution 3D scan or something.
Well, so Daniel over at Helios, this kit's actually based off of their 6-foot model.
Oh, well, yeah, because they built their own 6-footer, right?
Yeah. So I would have to talk to Daniel and convince him to make one for me or have one made for me.
Howard says, Andrew, what's the height of that D you're working on from the top of the saucer to the base of the pylons?
That I can tell you if you give me a moment. It's not that tall. It's just big in other ways. I can tell you as soon as I find a measuring device. And this will be an approximation. It's about 7 inches.
There you go. Blair says, "Okay, I'm serious. I think a Zoom call is in order. Can we arrange that?"
For a 6 foot, what are you going to do with the 3 foot?
And maybe quit your job.
I would need a lot. Well, although I've got to say, one of the benefits to working on this kit is that I've definitely improved my processes, and I can work my way through a kit a lot faster now. So that's one benefit of working on this kit, because the challenges that have gone into this have taught me some things that speed up the process for me. But the other side is time to work on things is at a premium, because there is the day job and there is the family, right? So. Let's see. So yeah, Blair says, "Okay, I'm serious. I think a Zoom call is in order. Can we arrange that? We can definitely arrange a Zoom call and maybe quit your job." Yeah, I would definitely build a 6 foot. I don't know if Daniel would be willing to have one made and sent to me. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah, discussing at Wonderfest is a good idea. But then are you going to have a 3 foot and a 6 foot?
Why not? Can you have too many?
I don't think you can have too many.
Yeah. Just think of all the added details you could add.
Well, and if I did a 6 footer, I would definitely go to the trouble of putting individual cabins in. Not as far as like interiors exactly, but setting up lighting zones of cabins inside, so that you can set up a program where it will turn like crew quarters, like individual crew quarters, on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably add a 10 forward. Well, the kit, that it would be constructed in the same way, because this is based off of their 6 foot, and I'd have to look to see if it could be modified to take a 10 forward.
You know, I would think that, you know, being that most of these, when you were watching them build the original studio models, they were doing fiberglass and all that stuff. The fact that they lit 10 forward on the 4 footer, I would think you'd be able to modify that window structure.
Yeah, it all depends on
the window structure.
Yeah, it all depends on the construction, right?
Yeah.
So
if they knew you were going to light with the 10 forward, you think they could adjust their mold, right? They could make it so it's lightable.
So I've taken this all the way around this side, and I know that this one is there are some adjustments I will have to make. Did I miss something? I feel like there's a pattern here that doesn't make sense up here. I might just have to take it up further. But I feel like there's something missing up here. That's fine. I'll figure that out. I think I'm going to take this side around. I know there's going to need to be some adjustments on this side, I think. What time is off? I have to be careful with the time. Oh, we're good. We're good. Still got 3/4 of an hour to work with here.
What are you looking at? The third panel towards the right?
So I'm looking at this one right here, because there should be a barrier between this and this here. So I feel like something's missing here.
Well, there is definitely light spots. If I pull this back up, there's definitely, let me make this full screen. There's definitely light spots right there up against the, so I don't know if that's it. This is the, because this is your center. So you have panel 1, panel 2, panel 3, and there's these light spots. I wonder if that's what those are for, right up against the phaser strip.
Yeah, I don't know. All right.
Jody does say one little bit seems to be missing, 5th panel from the left.
Is that where I was talking there, Jody? Is it right here? 5th from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, each one has those like, they look like, you know, they're L shapes and they point down into the man.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this pattern here
Yeah.
looks like Steve from Minecraft.
You know what makes me think of is the bad guys from Space Invaders
Yeah.
as they come down. He says middle of it.
Middle of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Middle of this down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just not sure where he's talking.
Right under the arms. I don't know what that means.
Well, there's a little gap here because this piece needs to be adjusted a little bit.
He's pointing at it now, but that's with the delay of chat and stuff, that makes it a little tougher. If we were to count these as wedges, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wedges from the left to the center.
Yeah, not counting this area here.
No, just the stuff you have. If you start at the left, each one is a wedge. There's 9 wedges there. If starting from the left, 1 through 9, what are you talking about? I'm trying to see.
Do 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 do.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think.
Do 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 do.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5th from the left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The 2 big sections on every other one are connected by a center bar.
Connected by a center bar.
Yeah, the dude. So like his chest would be missing. If the inside is his head with his ears and his head, see how the spine is missing.
Yeah.
Or you took it off. All the other ones are connected.
No, that's the way the mask has been done. Let me go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, that's unique to that area.
Yeah, if you want to call each one of those a dude, it's like his abdomen would be missing. Because all the other ones are connected.
Yeah, well, it's been cut that way in the.
All right.
And I'm assuming that Wayne would have done that deliberately. I mean, if somebody is coming up to this thing and going, "Oh no, that Aztek isn't their exact right one to the studio," we've got a problem, right?
Yes. So the picture that you sent, that's what we found. Yep.
All right.
In the Sci-Fi Channel. Yep, we found the same thing. I'm gonna look and see. It's tough because here's the thing: is from what I can see in here, that is where the lifeboats are. Anyway, right through that, right between the arms and the I guess you would say the legs of each of the little dudes is where the lifeboats are. Yep. So I don't know that it would matter that piece is missing or not, because the lifeboats go right underneath the shoulders of these, right under the shoulders of it. So,
well, what I'm thinking I might do for the lifeboats is cut masks for them and paint the base color of the lifeboats and then print my own just black outline that goes in them and ship name and put that over top rather than using the full color one that I got from Keith.
Yeah, I am looking at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not going to matter. I'm looking at that panel on the 6-footer, and right through that section is where the lifeboats go. So you can't tell it's there anyway. The lifeboats literally they cover the space between the hands and the tip of the feet. So right through that chest area anyway.
Yeah. Now to do a 6-footer, I would either need to convince Wayne to upscale these and find a way of getting them fit properly to it, or hand mask it all, or do the design work myself.
Yeah. No, it's a good eye. That was a really good eye, Jody. He said, just in case it mattered to Andrew or Blair. Yeah, you can't even see that on the. I'm looking at that panel on the 6-footer, and it's covered by the lifeboats. You can't even see it, that area. And the lifeboats are just stickers too. So.
Well, there is a point where you have to say, okay, this is in the spirit of what the studio model is.
Yes.
Because it's never going to be 100%. Because the studio model itself is a piece of art.
Yeah. Well, and they weren't trying to be perfect either. It looks like you can definitely see where they just kind of did things.
Yeah. I mean, I try to make sure that it is as close as humanly possible.
And it's half
but
the
again,
size.
It's art. It's not a science, right? So
yeah.
That's why they're called visual artists and design artists and stuff on
Jody says he knows it first. That's fine. I mean, good eye on people watching. That's excellent.
Yeah.
And Blair says, let's start the conversation. Yeah. Blair says, I'm serious. I know it would take some time, so let's talk to them.
All right. I will talk to Daniel and see what we can do.
Jody says, every Enterprise is a piece of art. I agree. I mean, it's one thing if you're trying to, but it's like when like our Falcon build, so I was trying to match the studio model, and other people were like, they just wanted to get the feel of it without literally trying to copy every scratch, smear mark, everything, right? So everyone is unique and interesting, and I love them all. That just looks like it shouldn't have broken that pattern. I agree, but you're not going to see it because the lifeboats go there anyway.
Well, and the truth is I'm doing 2 of these. Both are not going to be the same. Neither one is going to be exactly the same.
The Aztecs is going to spell Andrew. You're just not going to see it right away.
I've got to say that you can't see it on camera the way I've got it here, but the sculpting work that was necessary on the neck, I'm quite happy with how it turned out, but I did have to hide some of the sculpt work because it would not settle, like it would not go invisible. You could tell that sculpting work had been done. So I ended up covering it with vinyl. I cut a custom piece of vinyl to go over the putty work and blended it into the paint job. Because there was just no way to get it to come up as nice as I wanted it to.
David says it's crazy all the work they put into the new paint job, only for it to barely appear in the movie, right?
Well, in one of the shots from the movie, they recycled old shots from the TV show, which I think was a crime.
I bet you if you took like the pictures I have of the 6-footer, the top of the saucer, and you matched it to the 12-footer saucer that they built for the Protean 3 crash,
it wouldn't be the same.
It's not the same.
Well, the geometry of the 4-footer is different than
Oh,
the geometry of the 6
the
foot.
whole shape is different. You compare the front and the fat part of the saucer is different. The rim thickness is different. The shape of the deflector is different. And so that's what made it so easy to pick them out when I was watching all the VFX shots through all 7 seasons, and I was capturing all those shots to do my Enterprise. And I'm like, you can, with once doing it a while, you can easily pick out which one is the 6-footer, which one's the 4-footer, and which one's the 2-footer. Just by watching the show, you can tell. Jody says, I like all the a bit off versions of the Enterprise from various licensing and promotional materials. And Dash says, you're not supposed to tell your mistakes. No one would know.
This is odd. I think there's a cut line missing. I think there's a cut line missing here. I might just have to deal with that with tape. Because this whole thing gets pulled off. And it's missing the piece that goes in here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. So that might just need to get taped off.
Like a little notch is, they forgot to cut a notch out of it.
Yeah, it must have gotten missed or something on the cut.
Jody says, like the Phase 2 version, a blend of the original and the refit. Yeah. Well, it's like, they jumped to the D, right? And they never made a C. So they had to like come up with a C that blended the B and the D together,
I've got to say, I do like the original Andrew Probert design for the C. I think that was a really nice design. It's too bad that we didn't get to see it on screen.
Yeah. Dash says, as a woodworking person, I read a book that said large projects have a way of changing shape as you build them. Blair says, I think I'm going to have to talk to the wife. His bank account needs a top-up. LOL. His needs versus wants. I know that feeling, Blair. 3. Dave says, seeing Wayne's amazing work on the Forward really makes me want a version of that ship now. Helios told me they might consider it, but not sure if it will happen.
Sorry, what were those? Seeing Wayne's amazing work on the 4-footer really makes me want a version of that ship. Now, Helios told me they might consider it, but not sure if it'll happen. Okay, got it. So I just missed what it was you were reading out there.
It's all good. I'm trying to see if I have a picture of what that side is supposed to look like. And I don't know that I do. I have a close-up of the captain's yacht, if you'd like to see that. That you already painted. Oh, man, I didn't get to take a lot of pictures underneath the saucer. And that picture, I do have a picture from that side underneath, but it doesn't go to the rim.
Yeah, there are not many pictures anywhere of the lower section of the ship. So Blair, does that mean that the project's confirmation of the project is after you talk to the wife? Is that what I'm hearing?
Let's see, you're on the 3rd section over. On the left side.
Yeah, this one is really weird.
It looks like, I'm looking at the opposite side, but that checkerboard pattern looks like it continues in the same way. So I think you're right. I think maybe he missed a cut. Let's see. Blair says the B is a go.
Okay.
Alex says, can it be 9:30 p.m.? I have tomorrow off. I'm ready to go home. Well, not yet. And he also says, that looks so cool, Andrew.
Here, it's already after 9.
He says, Blair says, the 6-footer is pending you and me at Wonderfest.
Okay. Sounds good.
Have a conversation.
In the meantime, I will find out from, or I'll try to find out from Daniel if it's even something that's a possibility.
Dash says, she's like, honey, where are we going to put all these? Well, dear, you would just have to move out. There's no room for you and these models. That's mean. And Blair says the B/Excelsior.
Yeah. You'll have to decide which one you want. Yeah, I'm just doing a bit of a patch job here. There we go. That's patched up. And then we remove. If I can find my tools without my glasses on. And this section gets removed. Yeah, so definitely something was a little wonky with those masks. Because this makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Yep.
It's still a little wonky, but I mean, it is what it is.
I think you got it.
Like I said, if anybody comes up to it and says, this one panel of Aztecing is not appropriate for the studio model, then they'll...
I would be totally impressed if somebody has the Aztec memorized in the first place. So, and they would have to notice that on the bottom of the model. We haven't even done the top yet. I'm going to step away for just a moment and grab a drink.
All right. Now, interesting, the weird thing I was looking at is the same on both sides, so it must be intentional. Let's make sure I don't miss anything here. Anybody talk? Nope, nobody's talking. That made my job a lot easier. All right. Tools. Where are my tools? That's not the tool I'm looking for. Where did I set that thing down? That's still not the one I'm looking for. Sometimes I set things under on the table under the model, and then I can't see them.
Dash says over there.
Over there, yeah.
Dash says, I never knew there was Aztec on the model until I started seeing people build and paint them. Oh.
Yeah, it rolled underneath the model. There we go.
I built the 1400 when I was probably 15 or 16 years old. and I knew there was Aztec. I had hand painted it all.
With the lines that and that they provided, the raised.
Yes, with the raised edges. The panels weren't raised. It was like all the lines of the panels were raised. It was,
Now we know we get rid of that. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Do you sand them all off?
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I have not on this one yet.
Oh yeah, I remember painting that. It was awful. I didn't even use masking. I hand painted it as best I could. It was a mess.
Yeah.
Ricardo says, to those rivet Aztec counters, I would reply, okay, when someone from Starfleet comes here and tells me what's wrong, I will change it.
So remember, I was questioning the pattern over here because it blends in. Well, it does the exact same thing on the exact same spot on the other side.
Oh, well, then it's on purpose. What I like to say is accidentally on purpose.
Mm-hmm. So
I agree, Jody. You won't see it in space.
because in fact it's the inverse on this side, which makes sense. So I think like this side lines up relatively well. It does wander a little bit from the phaser array over here. So I'll either move the masks around a little bit after I get it weeded, or I'll just extend the pattern over here up to the phaser array, because you won't really notice that too much. So one or the other. Because if I move the Aztecs a little bit, I have to make some creative adjustments to them. So we'll have to see which is going to be the better option. Because I can leave a gap between and then just bridge that gap with some tape. Just like make the pattern a wee bit wider or something like that.
Alec asks if anybody's keeping track about the number of rivets Andrew is putting on. Oh, we're having all the Aztecing debates going on. It's right. It's wrong. It's right.
What did I just do with that piece? Is this that piece?
And Dash says, wasn't the idea of Aztecing supposed to be something to do with shielding? I thought it was just to kind of make it look like it was made of multiple panels and give it a sense of large scale.
Yeah, I think it was just to make it look better.
Yeah, so it just wasn't a solid surface. Because if it's a solid surface, it also doesn't present the scale, right? And you make a lot of design shapes on it, and it makes us feel like those were all individual panels, that it's much bigger. And Blair says, I think a 6-foot build would blow this channel up. Oh, I'm sure it would.
I'm sure it would be quite popular. I'm not sure how I would get it to Wonderfest.
Oh, you'd find a way.
Could you imagine, though?
Oh, you'd find a way. And Jody says that's the grid lines, the shield emitters. Yeah, that's what the lines were supposed to be for, but supposedly. I mean, we're arguing about made-up stuff, so... It's like how they changed the purpose of the 4 big windows at the bottom of the saucer in the front between, episodes, between the models.
That's definitely not the right orientation on this piece.
Alec asks, a 6-foot MX-01, anyone? Question mark? I don't
think there would be as much interest in that.
I agree. Besides, did they even make a studio model? That was all CG, wasn't it, for Enterprise?
It was.
Yeah, they didn't even make the studio model. I'm getting in a fight with Jordan apparently. He says, Todd, Star Trek's real. That's right. Ken says, just ship a 6-footer UPS both ways. That's right.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Or a 6-foot Enterprise E. I mean, if you're going to build a studio model, the Enterprise E was like 14 feet long. It was huge. Howard says, good thing it's just Andrew in that garage and not Todd size building it. You need a bigger garage. Yeah. He can get around. He can get in places I can't.
There we go. I'm pretty sure there was a piece missing in the masking there as well. So I've just kind of recreated it.
I like how you've learned so much about the masking now that you can be like, oh, there's a piece missing here, and a piece missing here.
Well, it just makes sense, and there's going to be one needs to go in here.
Yeah.
Let's take a little bit of that. Actually, I can just kind of pop it there because it sits over top of the next piece, which is fine.
Blair says, I'm leaning, I think, towards a NX2000 1350 with a major 6-foot D starting next year. I'm getting way too excited here, and the wife is sitting here cheering me on, so it looks like a green light. That's awesome.
So if you want the NX2000, I will contact Daniel, and we can. Well, actually, no. I will contact Daniel and talk to him about it, and then we can make the arrangements for you to order it and have it drop shipped.
Dash says, go ahead.
You're kind of getting the behind the scenes of a project there.
There you go. Dash says, my NX01 model is supposed to be 100 centimeters, but Helios makes a 120 centimeter size.
Again, scaling sizes are somewhat objective as well.
Blair says, please do. Yeah, I it's almost kind of like when they did box scale models, whatever would fit in the box is the scale it ended up being. Yeah. Instead of like a standard, like a 350 or a 650, it's like the big North Star, 261 scale. Okay. David James says there's no way they can print a 6-foot saucer in one piece. Is there, even with their industrial printers?
I believe they did.
Yeah, they made their own 6-foot model, so it obviously can be done.
Oh, I forgot a section over here. Oh, I forgot a few sections over there.
I was going to say, the crown or whatever, the little dude's hat. I'm like, every one of them should have a little hat. The little straight line. Jody says, Howard, I'm happy you finally got a medal for all your efforts. Because I think Jody made HTM medallions and he sent them to Howard, and I think Buck got one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They look great. Oh, man, I gotta check my door. Hang on. Something's at the door.
Probably Amazon. There we go. It's a bit of a weird version of the pattern.
Oh, I got my 2 more boxes of baby axolotls for Wonderfest.
Oh, lovely.
Yep.
So you got a lot of axolotls.
Yeah, a bunch of little Steves. They're all in memory of Steve.
So the fact that there's one being removed here, but nothing on the other side, tells me that this should probably go over here. But I need a different sized one.
You know, it makes me wonder, you know, because you're seeing these little errors on that side. If that side wasn't the fact that it didn't fit exactly, you know, it's off by a little bit, and that there's, you would think it would be almost mirrored, but
Oh, we're figuring it out as we go.
Dash says, see, now this side has the body section versus the other side that's missing the connecting body. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. It does. That one does have the spine of the dude, and then the other side doesn't. It just feels like this, once you're getting to this side, there's more errors and the shape doesn't quite match and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, some different things definitely happening with the shapes.
Blair asked, "Does anyone find the weathered Syracuse Enterprise sexy? I think it was genius." Oh, from Picard, with like panels missing and kind of mismatched things slapped on it, and
Yeah. Well, Wayne is currently doing one of the Picard version. He's using the Don Shoko kit for it, and it's for Terry Metalis.
you know what? It doesn't surprise me one bit. That's something right up Terry's alley. Dash says, "You know, you're right. They're like, I think you mean Space Invaders. I'm wondering if we found an Easter egg no one's noticed before." Well, I don't know how you tell because again, the line of all the lifeboats, of which there's a ton, on the bottom of the saucer would cut right through their half sections. So I don't know. But the windows are there in the top part, maybe.
Well, the Space Invaders-esque look is kind of part of their standard Aztecing pattern because a lot of these shapes were on the refit as well, right?
Oh, I would imagine they carried a lot of it over, sure. Blair says, "You treat her like a lady, she always brings you home." You remember that, you hear.
Yeah.
And Jordan says, "The Cineprize is amazing. Why can't it be the Intercuse?"
We've got some the same issues over on this side.
Yeah. So it's weird. It's like something, instead of just designing one half and mirroring it to the other side, it's something different that happened over there.
And Wayne's going to watch this back. He's going to tell me, no, that's actually the way it's supposed to be.
Probably. That's how it was on the ship. You never know. I mean, looking at the pictures of the model, it's like even the registry is not centered. It's not centered. It sits between the two window openings. The what are you calling them? Soffits? No. The recesses for the windows.
Like the dorm windows, like the
The
dorm style
dormers,
windows.
like it doesn't even sit center. The one in 1701 is dead center, but the actual entire registry is actually not centered. And those transporter pads in front of the captain's yacht don't look right. They look weird to me.
I feel like there's pattern missing here too, but I'm not sure. Wrong tool.
You're doing great, Andrew.
So I think the easiest thing for me to do will be just to extend the pattern up to meet where the phaser array is, just on this side. Because I think that'll be quite close. And then I'll just have to kind of like work on making the two seams match here. The hard work's going to be with this intersection that didn't line up properly. So I'll have to see. I don't know how it possibly matches up. But Wayne was able to do it on the kit he tested it on. So
like I said, it seems like the same material that Mass Designs used, and I wonder if somehow it got stretched or something. That's a big piece.
Yeah.
Because I saw that when I was working with it, I'm like, the pieces would stretch, and I had it out. I don't know if it was because it was dry in my workspace or something, but they would shrink. The seams where the cuts would shrink in, and what didn't stay. It was weird.
Yeah, that's quite normal for there to be like daylight between.
Yeah.
But
I just wonder if it's such a big piece that if it kind of changed shape on this, I don't know what it means about the pieces missing, but it could be that way. But for the fact that it doesn't line up right with your phaser strip,
Yeah, because based on what I'm seeing on the other side, there's definitely little pieces missing here and there. So, but I just kind of replaced them.
Just finished filming on the U-96. What did you build on the U-96? Did you get to the engine? And Jody says, hi. Welcome to the stream. Ian says he got his 3 bags of babies for Wonderfest. Oh, they're Ian color too.
Lovely. Let's bring this back around. About there, I guess. And it is about that time. I've gotten around the neck piece. So I will tackle the neck piece tomorrow, and then I will figure out how I'm dealing with that middle section. It is a holiday weekend here, which means I get my normal Monday and I get my Tuesday as well. So guess what I'm going to be doing?
What holiday?
All the way through those days. More of the same.
No, what holiday? What do you have on Monday?
We've got Victoria Day, celebrating Queen Victoria's birthday. So we get the holiday.
Ian says looking good, Andrew. Ken says great job, Andrew. Yeah, that's a lot of masking, and that's only one layer.
That's just one layer. Yeah, the other layers are essentially stencils, right?
Yeah.
But I'll have to.
Are they one big sheet or are they panels?
So I can get aligned.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it one big sheet or is it panels?
It's the same pie shapes.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
So exactly the same size sheets, except that they are stencils instead of mask pieces, like instead of pieces like this, right? So you're stenciling in the shapes rather than doing it this way, right? So
Blair says, thanks for the great night, boys, and happy holidays.
Yeah, I will be knee deep in vinyl and paint. I had to I only had one bottle of the paint for this, and so I ended up doing a 2-hour drive into Ottawa to get 2 more bottles, because that's all I had to get. 1 bottle at one hobby store, 1 bottle at another, and so hopefully that gets me through the first ship, because I can order it on Amazon, but it just wouldn't get here as fast as I wanted. So 2 hours to Ottawa, 2 hours back this morning. That was my life. But yeah, so that's going to be it. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button today. It'll make me happy if you do. But for now, my name is Andrew. This is Canadian Starships. Your producer tonight has been Todd. Have a great night,
with a little bit of Ken.
And Ken was here at the very beginning. Yeah. So have a great night, everyone. Okay, that didn't work.